Hello and welcome to another episode of Grey Wolf Effects, where I'm going to be reviewing my two custom model kits here. So as you can see here, these two are just the plain and simple straight build Bandai 112 scale clone troopers. There's nothing else designed to them except just maybe putting in the little paints that go on the back sides there where the circles are and then the side vents. And here we have my two custom kits. So as you can see here on the far right, we have Commander Cody, and on the left we have Commander Gree. I did my best to try and make them as accurate or screen accurate as possible. I used reference images from some people's reviews of the Hot Toys 112 scale figurines of these characters, as well as trying to review snippets and scenes from the movie itself. As it was a little bit more on the difficult side, of course, so it was just kind of like, yeah, because can't really take a photo from Disney Plus, everything, it won't let you and everything, so I had to try and see all the little details I could see. The only things I have issues with, though, is that with Commander Cody, I think I made his orange maybe a little too orange. I didn't make it as muted as I probably should have, or like sunbathed, you could say. And with Commander Gree, I didn't like that I made the camouflage color scheme a little bit more spackled and less splotchy, I guess you could say. So looking at a close-up view, there were just a lot of physical modifications, I guess you could say, done to Commander Cody. Of course, mainly on his helmet, as well as part of his shoulder and his chest. There was nothing else, at least, that I remember. Oh yeah, and on his right arm, there was a bit more there. With Commander Gree, it was probably a little bit more on the custom color scheme, as well as a little bit of modification here and there on the body. I even had to go and fill in the side things. You see the side stripes or whatever that they have on the front of his helmet. I had to use the water slides that it comes with and put them on the rear side. Getting a close-up here of Commander Gree, like I said, I'm very much satisfied with how he looks. Just a little gripes here and there on how I made some of the color schemes, like I said, with the spackle looking camouflage instead of the splotchy. I made two of those thermal detonators that go on the back side of him. The second one was a little tricky to make, as well as the antenna and making that little custom piece that goes on the back side there. For the straps he has that go along from the front part of his belt towards the back side of the belt, I actually used a piece of black fabric of some sort and I painted it brown, and I glued it on those 2 points to his belt. And then I glued it also on the top part of where his shoulders straps are, just to keep him there. So this way it still has a little bit he still has flexibility, it can move around and everything like that. So that's what I wanted to do. He also has a little side pouch there on his thigh. You can't really see it on this part, but you'll see it in a little bit. Where that part I used just plastic plot plate and I just cut it in strips. The other part I used a big solid chunk of plastic that I just like dremelled away with. You can kind of see there, part of the little stripes there kind of broke off when I didn't even realize it. So that kind of made me sad there. Here you can see a little bit more of the camouflage that I went ahead and did. And fun fact, this is actually the very first time I've ever done camouflage on anything, really. So I'm fairly satisfied with the way it came out, but not satisfied in the sense that it wasn't accurate to the movie. So that's the only downside there. I tried to do like a bit of a glossy black for his lower legs because he's got a very interesting mix or debacle of color schemes going on. And moving on over here to Commander Cody, I'm very much more satisfied with how he came out. I have less gripes, if anything, or just I'm just satisfied with both of them. But his backpack here, the jetpack that he has, is a scratch built. I used some plastic to make that. The antenna there I used from like a bobby pin, a safety pin, and then everything on his helmet. I just love how his helmet came out, especially. The lightsaber there is part of the model kit from General Grievous, which hopefully I'll review sometime in the future, near future maybe. And the last thing I had to do was just add that little thing there that goes on his arm. But overall, like I said, I'm just really satisfied with how he came out. And I tried to weather him to match the way he looked in the film. Here, I also went ahead and I modified his Phase 1 helmet to match the similar design or style as seen in the Clone Wars animated series. And since he doesn't really change too much throughout the series. It's pretty okay to have him just wearing that helmet on top of the rest of the body parts he's got. I'll remind you that the color scheme is a little bit different once he goes into his phase 2 look, but overall I really like how it came out. Uh, Later on though, that little thing, the little light thing came off, so I had to fix that. And then here we have Commander Gree in his phase 1 armor set. So like I said, I still like the way he came out and everything. I'm just not too satisfied with the camouflage, although I am. So I am because of how it looks. You know, it's my first attempt, like I said, but I'm not too satisfied because it's not as accurate as I would had loved to have made it for, you know, for the movie and everything. But I'm just gonna roll with it either way. So I just basically just painted part of his armor in silver, and then I just painted over that with the Vallejo paint that I have, and I chipped away with it just by scraping it off either with my fingernail or some toothpicks and stuff like that. So that, and either way, I just love how he came out as well. And yeah, so like you can see there, I left some silver as seen in the film too. Scratch building that a second thermal detonator was kind of interesting, that's all I can say. So here we have both phase 1 helmets, as you can see there, just side by side. Also with Kenobi's lightsaber. Here we have a little look for another close-up view actually of Commander Cody, as you can see. And we have another one here for Commander Gree. You can see the backpack, the details I tried to put in the best I could. Here we have the phase 2 helmet Commander Gree with the metallic green visor. And then we have the phase 1 helmet with the exact same kind of visor. A little less on the design there, but best I could. Then we have the side-by-side view for phase 1 and phase 2 for Commander Cody. And side-by-side view of phase 1 and phase 2 for Commander Gree. And then over here we have phase 1 Commander Gree and Commander Cody side-by-side. And here is pretty much a compilation of like the process it went through to see how the helmets were modified. You can see here I marked with a Sharpie or something the stripes I was going to put in for the shoulders. And here was a pretty shoddy attempt at making the grooves there with a Dremel that I had. But this part here came out perfect for his chin. And then here I had a little bit of a defect there when painting on the visors. Here we have Commander Gree's backpack antenna thing. The antenna there was originally going to be with plastic, but I ended up making it with metal. And then here you can see the process when Commander Gree was finished and Commander Cody was still under the works. I used a piece of plot plate there to make the visor. And then you can see how I made the little his rank tag, already making the antennas and the different modifications that go on the top of his helmet. Scratch built backpack, or the jetpack. And then we have him finished, just posed, pretty badass right there. And just a couple little test shots with Commander Gree. I actually liked how he turned out in terms of like just for scenery and everything like that. I went ahead and just started taking some photos of him outside, and just took a couple shots, perspective views with Commander Gree and Commander Cody, just running in through like battlefields and everything like that. Made him look pretty cool and everything. So overall, I just really enjoyed how they came out. And like I said, I'm just like, wow, I really love these kits, and I have a handful more that I'm going to have underway, you know, working on and everything like that, that I'll get to later on, and hopefully soon we'll see. But, I mean, right now I'm just really feeling these two, and I love them. I really do. So I can't wait to see what my next projects will be for the clones, because I do plan to make, like, about 11 other kits, or I think 11 in total. I'm not sure. I don't even remember. I just lost count. Excuse me. But like I said, I just can't wait, and I can't wait to show you all how the process is and everything like that, or the different kits I'm going to be doing and everything like that. I'd also like to state that I'm very sorry that I haven't been uploading any videos for a while. It's just been a pretty busy, pretty hectic working on, you know, just working in general, and then just trying to also work on some of these kits too. I have a lot of other kits that I would like to review and show you all, as well as, you know, finished and, you know, before they're done and everything like that. But I do thank those of you who are being patient with me. You know, this is still a new channel, still trying to get the groove of things, and I thank you all for that. And for those of you who are going to be new to my channel, you know, I hope you all will stick around with me and see where this journey takes both of us, or all of us. Commanders, it is time. Execute Order 66.